Okay, 15 minutes. Let's get this going. My question of the day is one that's on everybody's minds, almost no matter who you are, unless you're a little kid. And that's not to knock them. The cost of living is high and going up, my friends. And in the end, we're all asking, what do we do? I'm not saying I have the answer. I'm not saying anyone has the answer. You can look at whatever book you want. You can watch The Inside Job as many times as you want. You can talk to any professor, professional, whatever you want. The answer is nothing that can be defined in one sentence. It's not that simple. However anyone wants to spin it or angle it, there is no one straight answer. One factor, though, is what's our behavior? I know for me, I'm a music guy. I love my music. I don't know who doesn't. And, I'm one of the people that, I actually know how to purchase music. It's amazing, I know. Purchase music. But when I make small purchases like that, and I'm lucky to live in a decent house, but I'm still paying rent here. And these are my folks. I've lived here for about, 2008. Today's 2012, so about between 4 and 5 years actually that I've lived here. And under my folks' roof, I'm paying them rent. I'm going to school. I do have a job, thankfully, but getting paid $9 an hour. Now, I know that there are minimum wages out there. They're a lot lower than where I am in Oregon. Oregon is at, I think it's gone up since 850. But I mean, just hearing 850 alone, that's quite a high minimum wage. But no matter where you live in the U.S. of A., the minimum wage is not near enough to qualify, or I shouldn't say qualify, to even get close to providing for you. If you have two jobs working minimum wage, maybe you're on your way. Maybe. But for people like me who aren't particularly skilled in anything, we go to, high school and a little bit of college, maybe, if we can afford that much. Community college is still a pretty penny. If you're not exactly skilled, and we don't exactly pick it up as quick as some people do, those of us with ADHD and attentive, those of us with other, we just don't learn the same way as everyone else. There's not one pattern that works for everyone. Some of us are fine learning from a computer. Some of us are fine learning. Some of us are better off learning hands-on. But that's not everywhere. And that's my problem with the system, is that so much of it is so linear. It's so linear that not everyone's going to take it in. Not everyone's going to even think that they can do it. That was me. I had confidence in myself enough that I could pass high school, and yet I made it by the skin of my teeth simply because I had to take science, I had to take math classes that I didn't know how to do. And somehow, I don't even know how. I honestly don't know how. I made it past those classes that never made one bit of sense to me. Especially when you know that it's never going to impact your life. I don't need to know a thing about nuclei or whatever they're called. I don't need to know a thing about atoms for the rest of my life And here I am taking these in. I'm going to forget them tomorrow or within the next hour anyway. What's the point? The point that we're told about school is that we can learn, we can earn skills, develop skills, I should say, and we get the diploma, we're a lot more likely to get an entry-level job. What if you can't afford college and you're not that, you're not the level of academics that the A and B students are, that get the grants, that get the scholarships, that get all that good stuff? We're forced, if we want to go to college and we want to get an associate's of arts degree or whatever you want to do. I want to be, I want to use my voice. I know I'm making a video, but I want to use my voice to do something. I'm not that skilled at anything else. I love playing basketball. I love playing volleyball. I love, I'm not that good at cooking, but I enjoy it. I'm getting better, I swear. But, it's not going to cut it it's not going to cut it in this world. At least in this day and age, it's not going to do anything just to have the diploma and try and work your way up in an entry-level job that's not going to pay much more than it already is. And you can only move so far so fast. The ladder is a really hard one to climb. They applied the finish on the bottom steps, but on the way up, someone didn't put the finish on, and so they're all looking kind of, they're not looking good. It's kind of a funky illustration to use, but nonetheless, that's what I got. This is a pure improv video. But what's impacting us to still do this knowing what kind of money we have? We still have, I've got movies to see. I've got music to download. I've got concerts to go see. I've got, all these other material things that, I want to be with my friends and hang out in coffee shops, do whatever. I have nothing against any of that. The thing is, not what we're doing, but the way we go about it is we think, oh, I can sacrifice this one. I can sacrifice, just like, I can deal with a few dollars less buying this album off Amazon for $5. I love that deal. But we get so careless in the end, and we don't know what to do about it. Sometimes we can't stop ourselves. And why is that? Are we driven by what we see on TV, what we see in the ads? It's like, oh, that is so cool. That is just, I want to do that. I don't want to feel like I'm in a different position than I am. I don't think anyone wants to feel like they don't have the means to support themselves, much less the person that they want to live with, to marry, so on and so forth. And that's something that's been on my mind a lot. It's not just the economy. It's a mixture of bad decisions by not only banks and corporations, but it's bad decisions by us. Now, some of us we know what we're doing. Some of us know that we're really good at this one thing. We're really good at this. I'm really good at this job. I may not love my job, but I'm good at it. They like me. They're keeping me. So it's what I'm going to do. I work hard for myself, maybe for myself and my family, and props to you, endless props to you, if you can say that. Endless props to you. People like me who can barely sustain their own lives. I'm paying rent at this place. It ends up being most of my income. And I get that it's supposed to be something that, makes you work harder, learn how to work hard. And then if you're in a situation like me, it's like, do they even see anything about me? Do they not get that I know this already? Do they just see me as someone who is at the age of 19, so they can't be that smart. They can't know that much. Let me tell you, any parent who is watching this, whether you are, you know, baby boomer generation, whether you are in your 20s even, I'm sure, like, if you're in your 20s, you remember this pretty dang well. We can be so underrated, for lack of a better term, where so little is expected of us, of our mentalities, because we're young, and people expect that to be reckless. I'm 19, I'm an only child, I was not raised to fool around. I was not raised to go out there, do drugs, drink all day. I was not raised to do that. And that wasn't by my folks, that was my choice. I saw that was going around me. Yeah, they had a little bit of say in it, but in the end, it's my choices. It's also your choice to do what you want to do. I don't care what age you are. Someone can tell you what to do. Someone can try sway you one direction or the other, you know. But in the end, you are responsible for you. And that leaves the question in all of our lives: who is taking charge? It's a lot easier said than done. I get that more than a lot of people. I get that. I'm not saying like, oh, it's so easy. It's you just have this simple mentality. It's like, oh, flip a switch, ding. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. No matter how many people start thinking about that. And I'm watching my time here. I've got a couple minutes left. But it's so important that we remember that it's up to us. It's up to us. It's, I said the solution to our lives, or I shouldn't say our lives, the solution to what's going on isn't so simple. And it isn't. It's not simple. It's not as simple as, oh, let's just start purchasing stuff locally. Let's just start, being more smart with our money, being smarter with our money. Cool, if you want to do that, cool. But I know people might especially know how to recklessly spend their money, spend their time, spend themselves. That's the big one, spending yourself. I won't elaborate on that because I don't have time. But this is something that sticks out to me every day of my life. Probably every day of half of the people who view this lives. If you want me to go on for part 2 of this, leave a comment below. If you want me to touch on something else, in particular I should say, leave a comment below. I'm not asking you to subscribe. I'm not asking you to like this video. This is just a way for me and you to talk this through. I know there's forums out there, there's websites, there's all this kind of stuff out there. We talk about this on Facebook, we talk about this on Twitter, we talk about this on Tumblr. We know this. This is just for you and me. I'm here for you. That's who I am. Being raised an only child, my friends were my family. So I'm here for you, I'm here to listen, and I'm here to support. Alright. That's going to be my wrap for the day. Trying to come up with a nice catchphrase. But take care of yourself and be you. Peace.